A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama sallaita ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama barakta ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahima innaka Hamidum Majid. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلبي على دينك Ameen. Today we will do Surah Fil. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. This is a Makki Surah. Verse number 1. Alam tara kaifa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. Have you not seen how your Rabb dealt with the people of the elephants? Alam yaj'al kaidahum fi tazlil. Did he not lay their plans to waste? Wa arsala alayhim tayran ababil. And send against them flights of birds. Tarmihim bihijaratim min sijjil. Who pelted them with clay pebbles. فَجَعَلَهُمْ كَعَصْفٍ مَأْكُولٍ, making them look like eaten fodder. The word fil is an Arabic adaptation of the Persian word peel, meaning elephant, because Arabic does not have a letter with a P sound. The closest equivalent is F, called fa in Arabic. Therefore, the word fil is used. The people of the elephants refer to a person called Ibrahim with his army. Ibrahim was appointed by the king of Abyssinia to act as the governor of Yemen. When he was appointed as governor, he decided to build a temple which would be an architectural masterpiece to be revealed by one and all. He desired that the Arabs abandon the Kaaba in Makkah and pay homage to this Yemeni Kaaba. Consequently, he built a temple that was so tall that a person standing at the base was unable to see the top. He had the structure embellished with gold, silver, and precious gems. He then made a proclamation that no one in Yemen should ever visit the Kaaba in Makkah and that pilgrimage should not take place in this Kaaba. Although the Arabs were idol worshippers, the love and reverence for the Kaaba had permeated their hearts. Consequently, the Adnan, Kahtan, and Quraysh tribes became extremely upset. One night, a member of the Malik bin Kinana tribe defected in Ibrahim's temple. When Abraham learned that it was a member of the Quraysh who did this, he swore to destroy their Kaaba. When Abraham sought permission from the king of Abyssinia, the king gave him his blessings and even sent his special elephant called Mahmud. Mounted on this elephant, Abraham marched with an army of elephants to destroy the Kaaba. He intended to raise the Kaaba to be ground by fastening in its pillar with iron chains tied to the elephants. When the news of this planned attack on Kaaba spread, the Arabs prepared to defend the Kaaba and raised a large army under the leadership of Banu Nazar. However, Allah Ta'ala did not desire that human protect his Kaaba. Therefore, Abraham crushed this resistance and took Banu Nazar prisoners. When Abraham's army reached the settlement of Banu Hathim tribe, their leader Naufal bin Habib led his entire tribe against the army, but they were also defeated. Naufal was taken prisoner. Although Abraham intended to have him executed, he later changed his mind, thinking that they could see him as a guide. When the army reached Taif, the Banu Saqif tribes living there decided not to resist him because they had already heard about the fate of those who had previously resisted the mighty army. They also feared that if they opposed Abraham, he would destroy the temple they had erected in the name of their idol Lat. There, they therefore met with Abraham and found him the services of one of their leaders by the name of Abu Regal. Abraham accepted Abu Regal's services as a guide and he led them towards Mecca. When the army reached a place called Makhmas, where the camel of the Quraysh grazed, Abraham captured all the camels. Among these camels were 200 camels belonging to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's grandfather Abdul Muttalib. From this place, Abraham dispatched his messenger Hanatai Hamiri to meet with Quraysh leader and to inform them that he did not intend fighting the people of Mecca. He made it clear that none of the residents of Mecca would be harmed if they did not oppose him in his objective of destroying the Kaaba. When Hanata Hamiri arrived in Mecca, everyone pointed him in the direction of Abdul Muttalib because because he was regarded to be the most senior leader. When Hanata conveyed Abraha's message, Abdul Muttalib told him that they had no intentions of opposing Abraham because they did not have the might. However, he made it clear that the Kaaba is Allah's house, which Allah's friend Hazrat Ibrahim alayhis salam had built. He told Hanata that Allah would protect the Kaaba and that they could proceed with their plans if they were prepared to fight Allah. Hanata then insisted that Abdul Muttalib accompany him to meet Abraham. When Abraham saw the handsome face of Abdul Muttalib, he descended from his throne and sat with Abdul Muttalib on the ground. Speaking through a translator, Abraham asked Abdul Muttalib why he had come. Abdul Muttalib said that he had come for his camels which Abraham's soldiers had captured. Abraham said to Abdul Muttalib, "When I set my eyes on you, I had tremendous respect for you. However, I have lost all this respect now that you speak of your mere 200 camels, knowing that I have came here to destroy your Kaaba. You have said nothing about this." Abdul Muttalib said, "I am the owner of the camels and I am concerned about them. I am not the owner of Allah's house. The master of the house knows how to protect his house." Abraham said, "Your God cannot protect it from me. Then you do as you please," said Abdul Muttalib. According to certain narrations, some other leaders of the Quraysh with which Abdul Muttalib at that time, they proposed to Abraham that if he left the Kaaba to be the entire Tahama region would pay him a third of their crops annually. However, he refused this offer. He then returned Abdul Muttalib's camel to him. Taking his camel along with him, Abdul Muttalib returned to Kaaba. When he entered Makkah, he proceeded straight to the Kaaba and holding the ring of the door, he made dua to Allah. A large group of Quraysh joined him in the dua, in which he entreated Allah Ta'ala to protect the Kaaba because they did not have the strength to resist Abraham's powerful army. After having supplicated to Allah in all sincerity, Abdul Muttalib took all the people of Makkah to the neighboring mountains because they were convinced that Allah's punishment would seize Abraham and his army. The next morning, Abraham prepared the army to march into Kaaba. Nawfal bin Hasib, whom Abraham had taken prisoner earlier, took hold of the ear of Abraham's elephant, Mahmud. He said to the elephant, "Return safely whence you came from, because you are in Allah's sacred city. Upon hearing this, the elephant immediately sat down. Try as they might, the elephant's menders would not get him to stand. They even tried beating him with large iron spears and putting iron arrowheads in his trunk. However, he still would not walk towards Makkah. When they steered him in the direction of Yemen, he was prepared to walk. He was prepared to walk in every other direction besides the direction of Kaaba. It was then that the army saw many flights of little birds approaching from the coast. Each them each bird carried three little pebbles in the size of the gram seed, or according to other narrations, the size of lentils. Each bird carried one in its beak and one in each claw. Waqidi salam narrates that the birds referred to as ababil looked strange and had never been seen before. They were the size of pigeons with red claws. Hazrat Saad bin Jubair Raziallahu ta'ala anhu has mentioned that the birds were green with yellow beaks. Hazrat Ikrama Raziallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the birds emerged from the ocean and had heads resembling animals. As the birds flew over Abraha's army, they dropped their pebbles, which packed more power than a bullet. They went straight through anything they struck and settled deep in the ground. Seeing this punishment, the elephants all dispersed, and all but one were unharmed. All Abraha's soldiers did not die immediately. Those who escaped died painful death as they tried to make their way back to Yemen. Allah Ta'ala has sent little birds with little pebbles to destroy an army that many Arab tribes would not resist. On that occasion, Abraham was affiliated with a horrible disease. A poison permeated his body and caused every joint to decay. By the time he was brought back to Yemen, his body was in pieces. He died there. Two of Mahmud's keepers settled in Makkah, but both became blind and paralyzed. They were often seen begging from people. The Tafsir of Allama Ibn Kathir, salam, volume number 4, page 549, and Malumat-e-Tanzil, page number 4, page number 525, volume 4. This incident was witnessed by many people, and it became a momentous event in Arab history. When referring to any event during that year, the Arab would say that it happened in the year of the elephants. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born in the same year, 50 days after the people of the elephants were destroyed, because everyone was acquainted with the incident. Allah Ta'ala speaks of the incident without introduction when He says, "Have you not seen how your Rabb dealt with the people of the elephants?" Allah Ta'ala reminds the people of Makkah that He had been merciful to them when He protected the Kaaba, which had given them respect among the Arabs. In this way, Allah preserved their honor and esteem. Allah ask them, did He not lay their plans to waste and send against them flights of birds who pelted them with clay pebble, making them look like eaten fodder? It is the same Allah who sent His final Nabi, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the people of Makkah, thereby increasing their honor and the honor of the Kaaba. It was therefore necessary for the people of Makkah to be grateful to Allah for all these bounties. Commentators mention that any miracle event that took place before the coming of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before coming of a Nabi alayhi salam, is called irhas. A miraculous event that took place after the coming of a Nabi alayhi salam is called mujiza. The incident of the elephants is therefore regarded as an irhas of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The incident was a sign to indicate that a notable personality will soon appear in the city of Makkah who will have a special attachment with the Kaaba. Important note is this: the fact that Allah Ta'ala sent many flights of birds indicates that Abraha's army was very large. While there were many soldiers, there were only 8 to 12 elephants. Although swallows are usually referred to as ababil, they are not implied in the verse. As explained earlier, these birds were a type that appeared most strange. Okay, now look at the word sijil, translated above as clay pebbles in the Arabic version of the two Persian words sangha, stone, and gil, clay. They therefore refer to clay rolled into little balls and then baked to harden. These were the same type of pebbles used to destroy the nation of Hazrat Lut alayhi salam. These pebbles are neither as heavy nor as hard as stones broken off mountains. It is only by the power of Allah that these stones would have had the devastating effect they did. Alama Qurtubi salam narrates from Abu Salih salam that he saw some of these pebbles in the house of Hazrat Hani Raziallah Ta'ala Anha, the daughter of Abu Talib. He says that they were black in color with red stripes across them. Hazrat Abdullah bin Abbas Raziallah Ta'ala Anhu has mentioned that tiny pebbles destroy on the parts of the bodies that the pebble struck, and that this was the beginning of smallpox. Allah knows better. Wa dawana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.